All right, guys. So we are here with Tina Alvarado. I think I said that. All right, so let's get started.
Hey, he tear the flow up on the dance floor. He a beast. Introduce the world to my homie Salsa Steve. Good times, good vibes, traveling. Yeah, that's right. Make sure that you tune in before he's on the next flight. Hey, he doing what he want like a boss, and he ain't got a stunt, homie, dripping with the sauce. You looking for a good time? This is what you want. Subscribe, hit the like. Now it's time to wild out. Hey, my homie Salsa Steve. Let's go. Hey, my homie Salsa Steve.
All right, Tina. You know the first question. Tell me about yourself.
Well, mother of four.
Okay.
I don't know. I was born in Chicago,
Chicago.
raised in Mexico City. I'm the oldest of three. I moved from Mexico back to the U.S. right after middle school,
Oh, middle school.
and that's the time where I learned English.
In middle school?
Here, right after middle school.
San Antonio?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, the U.S. Yeah.
Where?
San Antonio. I moved to New Mexico from Mexico City. We moved to New Mexico because we had family there.
Oh, like New Mexico, New Mexico?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
And stayed there for a year, and then from there we traveled back to Texas
Mm-hmm.
and lived a year in Houston, and then another year back here in San Antonio. And from there I stayed in San Antonio.
So you're Mexican, 100%?
Well, yeah. My
Yeah.
parents are from Mexico.
Oh,
yeah.
both your parents are Mexican. I don't know. I think
Maybe.
they're both Mexican. Okay. So you moved to the United States in middle school?
From middle school, finishing middle school.
Finishing middle school? And then you...
Yeah, so basically I started ninth grade here.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I had this,
So you started high school here?
I started high school
Oh, okay. What was
with
that like?
English.
Oh.
No English.
No English, okay.
So it was kind of hard.
I bet. That's been tough.
Yeah, very hard.
Yeah.
However, I was kind of like advanced,
Mhm.
so I was like a year ahead. So,
Okay.
but then the English part was the one that got us a little behind.
Gotcha. So it's like a year ahead on intelligence. A year
Right,
behind on English.
English.
I was never that good at English. All right, so you came to New Mexico, and then you moved to Houston, and then you went to Chicago.
No, I was born in Chicago.
You were born in Chicago.
Yes.
Oh, and then you went to Mexico.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
When I was 2 years old, my parents moved me to Mexico.
That's crazy. You know, I have a similar story.
Really?
I was born in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
And when I was like 2 years old, my parents moved back to Managua, Nicaragua for like 4 years, and I came back here when I was like 6.
Yeah.
It was like weird. I mean, I didn't come back here like in 9th grade, but I came back here when I was like, elementary school at 5th grade or
Mhm.
something like that. Yeah, I was like 5th grade, 5th or 4th grade. It was pretty weird, but who knows? Who knows what my parents were trying to figure out, with kids.
I know, right?
Immigrant parents with kids must be tough. But okay, so you're born in Chicago, then you moved to New Mexico in 9th grade. Then,
No, you got it all wrong.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, one more time.
One more time.
I was born in Chicago.
Okay.
At age 2, we moved to Mexico City.
Mhm.
When I finished middle school in Mexico,
Mhm.
which is basically the 9th grade,
Mhm.
or the 9th grade, I moved to the U.S.
Okay.
to study high school.
Gotcha.
Okay, and then I studied from the 10th to the 12th grade here in the United States. So a year in New Mexico, a year in Houston, Texas, and then the last year I went to Thomas Jefferson here in San Antonio.
Thomas Jefferson. What's that?
The high school here,
Oh.
Thomas Jefferson.
Is that the one right here?
Yeah, close by, on Donaldson Street.
Oh wow. I think Dario went there.
Dario went there.
He
yeah.
went there, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dario went there, Daniel went there,
I think Brian.
Octavio went there.
I think Brian Gomez also went there. Brian told me.
No, a lot of people that are in the salsa scene
Yeah.
have gone there
Brian
too.
told me he like grew up in this neighborhood here,
Mhm.
and his his uncle like actually lives like down the street.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he's like, yeah, that sign over there, that's my uncle's house. I'm like, what the? It was like the oddest thing. That's crazy. Okay, so then you graduated high school here in San Antonio.
Then I stayed here in San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
I went to college, but then I dropped out.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got married. I had my first child, and that was it.
All right.
So then I got divorced
Okay.
and moved to Chicago because my parents were over there.
Okay, cool.
So that's when I went back to Chicago.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. How's
So
Chicago
we
like?
married. Chicago is pretty nice. We lived in the suburbs, not in the city.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 45 minutes from Chicago.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
Yeah.
The areas are like more supposedly secure and stuff like that, but
I mean, that's how suburbs are usually.
yeah, but I mean there's still parts where there's a lot of
Yeah.
bad stuff.
Right. I'm assuming so.
Mhm.
Yeah. Chicago seems like a really cool place. It would be cool to live.
It is actually last February. This February,
Mm-hmm.
I went to the Salsa Congress there with Gerardo and his wife
Mm-hmm.
and Marvin.
Oh, okay.
We went there. We drove over there, took the kids,
Oh, you
packed
drove?
up everybody in the car,
Oh,
in
wow.
my car, so it's like a sardine.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
We took a road trip over there.
That was cool then.
Yeah,
I bet.
yeah. It was cold for us. Gerardo and Esther were never there. I mean, Marvin is from Chicago, so
Mm-hmm.
we knew the weather and stuff, right?
Okay.
But
Was Tawo out there already?
huh?
Was Tawo out? Tawo's in Chicago now, right?
Tawo now is over there. Yeah, he left in July or something like that.
He wasn't over there when you went to the Congress. He was.
No,
right?
no,
No, he wasn't.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, this was in February,
Okay. So you were out there in Chicago for how long?
just for the weekend.
No,
We
no.
got there-
When you moved back after.
Oh, well, I've been here almost 6 years, so about 12 years.
You were in Chicago 12 years?
12 years.
Wow, that's a lot of cold.
A lot of cold.
I don't like the cold like that. The cold, I can't. stand
Yeah.
it.
Well, actually, basically, this time that I went to Chicago, this is the first time I seen the lake frozen.
Oh,
I've
wow.
never seen the lake frozen
So it's
until this
cold.
time. It was very cold.
Could you skate on it?
No.
Were people skating? No,
No.
it wasn't that
No,
cold.
you can't do that. It's dangerous. they'll pick you out and put you in jail or something.
You know they put like a skate rink down here in downtown San
On
Antonio?
Travis Park, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what the? I wonder how they're keeping that cold. It must be like a whole setup.
Yeah, they have to do that.
Alright, so then you went to Chicago for like 12 years. Man, what was that like?
That's a lot of back and forth, right?
Yeah. I mean,
I had a life there.
yeah.
I remarried, had my 3 kids, my other 3 kids,
Mm-hmm.
but then, issues again, so I had to move back.
Yeah. Okay.
So now my family's here, I have a brother here, and my mom lives here, so, I'm with family, and my kids are here too with me, so.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Alright, so now why'd you start salsa dancing? Let's get to there.
Salsa dancing. Ever since I was young, I would always watch those dance movies and like, what is the name of the movie with
Dirty Dancing?
Dirty Dancing, and yeah,
That's the best.
and I would want to dance like they used to dance, and those particular movies, like be on, in the middle of the dance floor and people around like that.
Doesn't get no better than that.
But I always thought that I knew how to dance, but I didn't know nothing until I started dancing.
I don't think you ever really know anything.
No, I seriously didn't know nothing until I started taking classes, and it's like, oh, okay, I don't know nothing.
Man, man, with some liquid courage, you get pretty confident out there. I can dance.
Oh yeah. Or like I tell people, just don't worry, nobody's watching.
Nobody-
Everybody has your eyes
It's
on.
like, unless you're being crazy, no one really watches. I don't think. They're only watching someone that's really, really bad and someone that's really, really, good.
Yeah.
But usually, like, if there's someone that's really good at dancing, most people's eyes are on that person. No one really watches anybody else.
Yeah.
You know, your eyes are like if you think about yourself, you go out there and someone's dancing like really, really good. That's mostly what your eyes are on, trying to find like, oh wow, look at that guy. Oh, well, look at that girl. What's amazing. But usually,
Hey, try to remember the steps that they're doing so you can do them on the dance floor next time, right?
So you're not usually like trying to pay attention who's dancing bad. It's like, you don't want to see that. You know? So that's why I don't get too worried. How about messing up? It's like, your eyes are probably something bad. All right, so far, how long have you been doing it now?
A little bit over a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So I started with Santo Salsa with Dario and Yuki back in July 18, so about a year and a half. I don't know how, but so the only reason why I got their information was because I went to the Oscar de Leon came back in May or March, I think, of last year.
Okay.
And so I wanted to take my kids to see him. When I was young, my dad took me to see him in Mexico City.
Wow, that must have been really cool.
So
it must
probably
have been packed.
11, I was like 11 years or something like that.
That must have been insane.
It was out on the street, so it was free.
Oh.
So it was like a street thing with the stage and everything.
Oh.
So my dad took me there to see him, and so I wanted for my kids to experience that, right? But they're not into this kind of music. They don't like this. They don't like this.
They don't understand it.
Nothing.
Not yet.
They say they're never gonna do it. That's what they say. But this is what I already told them. I said, the moment you turn 18 and you can go into the clubs, guess who's gonna be right behind you? Me.
That's true.
I'm gonna be dancing with your friends.
To be honest, I never thought I'd be doing this either. Like, I listened to only hip hop and gangster rap growing up, my whole life. My mom and dad would listen to merengue, cumbia, salsa, whatever, and I'd just be like, whatever, you know. That's just what they listen to, Latino, you know. You know?
Yeah.
Like, okay, whatever, you know. But then, like, I don't know what happened. One day I was like, man, dude, like, you got no moves. You know, you never realize how awkward you are until like, oh wow, until you're put in a situation. You know, like I think, you know what happened with me? It's like, I went to a party with one of my cousins and they put like a merengue on and my cousin was like, yo, go ask that girl to dance. I'm like, I don't know, man, I don't know what to do. He's like, just dance. I'm like, the history from there, it did not go well. I was like, we are not doing that again. Let's go take some lessons. That was a bit awkward. Yeah, that was, oh man. Good
So
time.
at your family parties, they didn't have any like get together with, you know,
Yeah, but
Latin music, salsa, merengue, cumbia, nothing like that?
They did, but I think maybe what happened, like when we were kids, we were listening to it more. I think later in life, my mom and dad kind of like moved away from our families just for like better opportunities in another city, and we kind of stopped having like big family parties.
Oh.
And it was just basically just my mother, my father, and my siblings. Because like the people that we used to hang out with as kids weren't around anymore. Like, because we lived in Fort Lauderdale, which is closer to like the Spanish communities, and then we moved to like Fort Lauderdale, where there wasn't as many Spanish communities, and my parents kind of more kept to themselves. And it was a lot more like a wider audience, you know. So I think that's why I didn't really get a gist of it at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
And mostly, yeah. That's what I'm assuming. I'm gonna go with that. All right. So, what is your favorite thing about dancing?
I think everything. The fact that you can just be free. You can express yourself. You can Even if you don't know what you're doing, even if you think you look awkward,
Doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. You're free and it's making you happy, or it's making me happy.
Yeah, you can do what you want out there.
Yeah.
That's the best part about it. It's like, and it's funny. It's like it gives you you feel free because you stop caring less about what people think. You're like, I feel like doing this,
Yeah.
It's like,
And it's like I walk into the school or to the place where we take the classes, and it's like I forget about whatever I have. My kids, they stay at home, or
yeah.
they're doing their thing, or they're waiting for me outside, or. But it's like I'm free.
Yeah.
Like it's just Tina, and that's it.
Just Tina. Tina in her head.
And her dance friends.
And her dance friends. All right. Did we go over who got you into salsa dancing? You said Oscar de Leon, and then.
Well, it was because I had gone to take the kids to that show, and so when I got we started dancing, taking pictures and everything, and once I started taking the classes with Yuki and Dario,
No, but
I noticed.
Who told you about it?
It was on the radio. Oh, about Yuki and Dario? I don't know, somehow on Facebook I started getting their messages that it was open house in July.
Oh, gotcha.
So you should know the algorithms and whatever, whatnot. I don't know what it's called.
Facebook marketing.
Yeah, all of that.
Facebook marketing.
So somehow
targeted marketing.
So I was getting those messages that open house in July, right after the 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
So I went there and I brought a friend from work, a coworker, and we took the free class. And I signed up, and she didn't sign up. And from there, it's history.
History just kept coming back. All right. So what's your favorite food, Tina?
My favorite food. I like Indian food.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to cook it, but I can try to cook it. I have several books.
That's a tough one.
It
Indian
is.
Food?
It is.
It's
a lot of spices.
I don't even know where to start. That sounds hard.
I don't think it's hard. It's just you just have to have the right spices, or maybe to substitute because some of them, like, there's a lot of spices for their food, for the mixtures, for the curries, for the.
Yeah, I love Indian food.
Indian food is good.
It's real good. It has a big spectrum of flavors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, my kids are half Indian, so.
Oh, really?
My 3 younger ones, they're half
okay.
Indian, so.
Oh, okay, cool.
They get that part from there.
Oh, nice. All right, Tina. So, how many congresses have you been to? You've been to a couple now, right?
The Houston Salsa Congress was my first one. I was gonna perform with the team with the Para Todo el Mundo Rumba, but I was not ready, so I couldn't perform. Then in February we went to Chicago.
Oh, Chicago.
And then
How was that one like? I've never been to that one.
It was nice. I didn't see a lot of people like from the ones that we've been here, but it was, there was a lot of young crowds.
Okay, got you. Okay.
I've never been, like, this was my second one, so I really don't know what to expect.
Gotcha.
But like in the one in Houston here, it's very crowded.
Mm-hmm.
The one in San Antonio was the same thing.
So Chicago wasn't as crowded?
I didn't think it was as crowded, but we only went for we didn't go for the shows. We got there late, so we only went for the dancing, basically.
I mean, usually, yeah.
Yeah, because we had, we got there on Thursday night, Friday during the day. Mm-hmm. And then we went to the Congress at night on Friday, and then on Saturday we went out.
Gotcha.
For Gerardo and Esther to see Chicago, like the area, Chinatown and stuff, and.
Chinatown. Dude, I love visiting the Chinatowns. Like in San Francisco or New York. Chicago has its own Chinatown.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then on Saturday was the last night, because then Sunday we drove back.
Oh, gotcha.
So we didn't have a lot of time. We were just there for the dancing, and that was it.
I mean, that's usually what I like to go to. Sometimes it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to do.
I experienced in Houston, like in the Congress in Houston, like going in the morning for the classes, but I was too tired for that.
Yeah, you gotta be a beast. You got to be able to survive a whole weekend where you just sleep 3 hours, go to workshops, then go to sleep for like an hour, then go to watch the shows.
You know who
Stay
did
up
that?
all
Pedro, Claudia, and myself stayed in a room, and Pedro was the one going back and forth to that. I was like, oh no,
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
dead. I'm tired.
I mean, I try and do my best, but I try not to stay out dancing that late. I do like 3 o'clock in the morning max.
But even that, I mean, in the morning, how can you get up at 9 o'clock in the morning to go have breakfast and then go do the? Oh no.
Sometimes, I mean, it's worth it for me. I don't know. I get high off of it. I'm just like, all right, I gotta get as much out of this as possible, you know. But
I figure there will be more congresses where we can go and experience all of that. But this will be that was my third one. I was like, no, this is too much for me.
I can't do it. What's your favorite things about congresses?
I guess family, even though you're not with blood related family, you're with your salsa family.
Yeah.
So that, you come as a team, we do stuff together, learning.
I mean, I think that's a big one. I think a lot of people don't point out. It's like sometimes we're just doing stuff together, and this is just what we all do.
Yeah.
And
Like the time we went to, remember we went to eat at that, was it a Japanese restaurant?
Yeah, what was it called? Gaikaku? Gaikaku?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it was. Gaikaku.
The one where they did the in the middle of the table,
in Houston,
remember?
right?
Yeah, in Houston.
That place was good.
Yeah.
That place was real good. I really love that. That was probably one of the better restaurants I think I've been to. Japanese restaurant?
Mm-hmm.
Cause I think that's the first time I've ever been to a Japanese restaurant that wasn't sushi or ramen. Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
The food
it
was
real
good.
good. Alright, what's your favorite restaurant here in San Antonio?
I don't know. I guess any Mexican food is fine. I don't have a favorite restaurant.
You in Chicago?
Chicago was mostly Portillo's. Portillo's is
What's
hot
that?
dogs and
Uh-huh.
hamburgers, which I learned that there's a place called here, Wrigleyville. Wrigleyville Grill, which is right there on San Pedro and I think it's by the Miami bar. There's a
Uh-huh.
bar. It's right next to it.
Mm-hmm.
And they sell the same stuff that they sell at Portillo's, which is Chicago based.
Oh, okay.
So
So we're just gonna say Wrigleyville.
Wrigleyville Grill here in San
I
Antonio.
gotta go check it out.
I mean, they have the same Chicago style hot dogs and stuff.
Okay.
I'm not too crazy about that. I mean, I can just eat anything. As you can see, I can eat anything. I have no issues with that.
It's true. I think I ate way too much today. I think I ate like a whole bag of chocolate almonds today.
Oh my god.
God, I love
Can't
those.
do that.
I love those things, though. They're amazing.
I can't do that.
All right. Do you have any hobbies outside of dance?
Doing stuff with my kids.
Okay.
Taking them to their basketball games. I'm trying to take them back to Taekwondo. They're second degree black belts.
Really?
Yes.
Second degree black belt?
Yes.
All of them?
Yes.
No.
Yes. And so I'm trying to take them back, but then they fight me back because they don't want to go. So right now it's like
Oh, they've been doing that since they were babies?
they've been doing it since they were about three years old.
Wow.
And they stopped about 2 years ago, and that's when I was able to do my stuff like salsa dancing.
Gotcha.
Because they didn't want to do it anymore.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Second degree black belt?
Yes. In fact, I have an orange belt.
Oh, really? That's funny. So you guys were going there hardcore.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
This was like everyday thing. That's
It was,
crazy.
yeah, it was every day, like the salsa dancing, 3 hours, Monday. For them, it was Monday through Thursday.
3 hours every day?
3 hours every day.
That's crazy, dude. Man, if I had the energy to run.
Well, didn't you say you were doing something like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
Yeah, I do it.
And what
but
happened?
But I do it once a week.
Once a week? That's nothing.
I gotta go to salsa. I can't.
What's more important?
Oh, it's salsa.
Of course, you're right.
Like, I mean, I do that so I can like get my mind off of other things. It's like I could just be there, you know. I do it like sometimes I'll go there like 3 times a week, but man, for the most part, I'm like, man, I'm exhausted from work, and I go right before salsa, so
Oh.
yeah.
So I was thinking of me doing this, taking a class of Taekwondo, like when I take my kids to Taekwondo,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like the same thing. It's gonna be right before salsa class, so it's probably
Right after work, and I like to.
right after work, and then right before the salsa class.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'll probably be dead tired.
Dead. I take naps every day, so
See, I don't even take naps.
I go home and I'm like, close my eyes. I'm like, all right, let's do this for like 15 minutes. You know, like I don't want to see nothing.
I wish I could do naps.
Yeah, I love naps. I can't do anything. I started getting cranky.
Oh,
fast.
really?
Yeah, without my nap. And I'm trying to do this whole no caffeine thing.
Oh.
I've been trying to get off of coffee. Yeah.
What about sodas?
No sodas.
Nothing.
No sodas. I drink a lot of sparkling water.
Okay.
Like a lot.
That actually is good.
I love sparkling water.
It is good.
And today, like I got moved to another place at my job,
Mm-hmm.
and they got a water fountain of sparkling water. And you can click watermelon, whatever flavor you want. No, it's actually like 4 flavors, but still a lot of flavors. And you can make it as more sparkling and less sparkling, and more flavorful and less flavorful. But it's still like, you know how it's like non-sweetened? It's still only like a hint.
Yeah.
You know how they are.
Yeah.
They don't taste like anything. But they have like a
They
hint.
have it. I mean, like
They have
in
an
the back
S.
of your head.
It's like an essence of
Yeah.
like.
Or you can smell it.
Yeah, you
The
can
smell and that's
Yeah.
it.
I love them. It's enough to trick me.
It tastes good actually.
I love them.
It's like drinking the other day I saw you with the Topo Chico.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
No, it's like
it's
drinking-
it's only with that one has the flavor.
Correct, but you know what it really tastes like? It's as if you like poured a Topo Chico. You know all those things at hotels where they have like the cucumbers and the lemons and like a thing with like a container.
Yeah, in a container.
with ice and water,
Yeah.
and then you pour it out. That's what
Yeah.
it tastes like. except
Without the carbonation.
without the carbonation, but when you put the carbonation, that's what it would be.
Yeah.
And I love them. I think they're amazing. And the other day I went to the store and bought like, I don't know, it was like $100 worth. I just bought like, but they were like buy one get one free. So
Oh.
I was like, let me stock up right now because I go through them like nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the brand name?
The
The
bubbly,
bubbly.
the Pepsi one, that one's on sale. But usually I get the HEB one.
I got the ones from Target, the new brand, Good and Gather, and I tasted I think it was watermelon. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, watermelon sounds good.
they're pretty good. I liked it.
All right, now what's your favorite Disney movie?
My favorite Disney movie, 101 Dalmatians.
101 Dalmatians. Why? Out of all.
I don't know, all the puppies.
You like dogs?
I like dogs.
Yeah.
I can't have one at home because Carolina is allergic to them.
Okay.
But I like dogs.
Okay.
She also likes dogs. She wants one, but it's like, no, we can't have one.
She would have to eat a pill or something.
She does. I mean, she does it all the time anyway. It's like a routine.
Mm-hmm.
But she gets really, congested and she can't breathe. And like the times we've come to your house, it's like, I can't breathe.
Gotcha.
Anytime like she gets close to an animal, a cat or any type of animal, she gets like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. She's allergic.
Yeah.
All right, so
It's
101
okay.
for the puppies. All right, so rapid fire questions.
Okay.
All right, sweet or salty?
Both.
So savory. But if you had to pick sweet or salty,
No, both. Have you ever eaten the Garrett's popcorn from Chicago?
no.
Chicago style.
Yeah? What is
Cheese and caramel. Ooh, the best.
it? Cheese and caramel.
Oh my god, the best.
What type of cheese?
Yellow cheese.
Yellow cheese?
Yeah, the popcorn, the yellow cheese popcorn
Mm-hmm.
and caramel together.
All in a bag.
All in
Is
the
this
bag.
like fresh or is this like a?
Yes,
or is
it's
this,
fresh.
Or is this like something you buy at the store?
No, they're only over there. Chicago style popcorn, Garrett's popcorn. When
Garrett's?
you go to Chicago, that's what you're gonna look for. Garrett's
Garrett's popcorn.
Mhm.
That sounds amazing.
They have it also mixed with, well, that's separate. Caramel with pecans, caramel with the
Caramel?
ones that you just
Almonds?
ate, almonds and chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a lot of different flavors. But
Okay.
the best one is Chicago style mix.
I mean, that popcorn sounds good. Like real good. All right, ramen or sushi? Neither.
I mean, ramen I can eat. Sushi's gotta be cooked, which I heard that they said that's not sushi.
That's not sushi. It's like,
yeah, no.
I'm trying to think of one. No.
No.
No, that's more like a fillet with rice. Ribs or steak?
Ribs.
Ribs? Yeah, me too. Whataburger, In-N-Out?
Whataburger.
Whataburger?
I tried In-N-Out once and I didn't like it, so. And a lot of people have gone crazy for it here, but it's like, ugh, I don't like it.
I like it now.
You like it?
Yeah, it's like one of my favorites.
That mixture that they put,
Oh, the animal
no.
style?
I don't know what it is, but it's like too much of,
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
no.
Yeah.
I guess it has to look right in order to, to be able to indulge it or.
Gotcha. What's your favorite thing about San Antonio?
Close to the border.
What the?
So I can go to Mexico.
You drive to the border a lot?
I used to when I used to live here.
Oh, okay.
Not really to the border only, but go farther.
Oh, okay.
Before it was easier to go back and forth. Now it's too much going on.
Yeah. I have some friends that live in like McAllen.
Okay.
I'll probably visit him. He had his wedding in Matamoros.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
It was a really good time.
Okay.
So, but how far is the border from here? I never actually drove. I took an
About
airplane.
2 hours.
No.
Yeah.
It's not,
An
not
hour.
to, not to McAllen though.
Oh, McAllen. I don't know.
But to the border is 2
Laredo?
hours? Laredo's 2 hours?
Yeah. About an
Wow.
hour and a half. 1:45.
Oh wow.
It's not too far.
That's really there. That's right there.
Yeah.
Huh. That's crazy. What's the Mexican border city to Laredo?
Laredo, Tamaulipas.
Oh, it's Nuevo Laredo, right?
Mhm.
That's what they call it?
Nuevo Laredo.
Nuevo Laredo. Okay. Alright.
So last time I was in Mexico, I drove to Mexico City 2 years ago.
Mhm.
Yeah, 2
How
years
is
ago.
Mexico City?
It was fun.
Dude, I would love
I
to
haven't been there in 20 years.
visit. 20 years.
Yeah, my oldest was 2 years old the last time I was in Mexico City. So this time I drove from here to Mexico. It took me about 20 hours.
Mhm.
And we had a lot of fun. But coming back was the worst. Because we sat on the border for a whole day.
Really?
Yes. I mean, coming back was bad.
That sounds rough. 2 hours.
a whole day,
A whole day, never mind.
not 2 hours, a whole day waiting in the border so just to
What
cross.
happened?
I mean, there's a lot of people coming back.
Really? Wow. It took them a whole day to let you guys over? That's insane.
Hmm.
Alright, Tina. What is the best piece of advice you've ever gotten?
I would probably say not to give up.
Mm-hmm.
And so far I'm trying
Okay.
and I'm reaching my goal.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not giving up.
Alright. Alright, not giving up. Do you have any questions for me, Tina?
Questions. What's the best part about you doing all of this? Like, what makes you feel like, I know in salsa, like, it makes me feel that I'm free. Like for you,
Ah, man.
doing the talking.
Well, I think it all started with like, I think there was one day, I think I was like really sad at one point, like really, really sad, and then I met this instructor called Edie the Salsa Freak, and like she told me, she was my salsa instructor, and then she's like, and she was like, you should dance salsa. We're gonna dance salsa all the time, and then for some reason I just forgot about everything, like all my problems, everything just went away, and then this and I kind of learned how to I feel like I learned how to present myself to anybody in the world, and I learned it here. I learned how to, I learned how to talk to people. I learned how to, I didn't just learn how to dance. I learned a whole lot of other people skills that are very fundamental for anything you do.
Uh-huh.
And I think salsa had a lot to do with that, and I want to be able to share that with other people.
Okay.
I think there's probably someone else out there that probably is being lifted up by that as well, or someone else that could be like, man, I'd want to be able to do that too, and maybe this might be their outlet.
Okay.
But
But did you see how you said, I felt like all my problems went away?
yeah.
Isn't it, whether it could be, you talking on a mic and interviewing people, or
Yeah.
or us dancing, it's like you forget
I just forget.
what's going on outside.
Yeah, it don't
and
matter.
We just go with it.
It don't matter in these moments. You ever heard of that book called The Power of Now? It's this book people talk about. It's called Eckhart Tolle. And it's about being in the moment, guys. Well, that was Tina Alvarado, and I will catch you guys next time. Catch Tina on the dance floor, and goodbye. Bye you.